All right, go ahead. Good music
Hey,
though.
good
By the way,
morning.
give me more volume next time. Good morning.
Hey, I'm working on the volume. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Fuel for Success. It's Friday. Got some island music jamming. I got my
Hey,
vacation shirt on. I'm feeling tropical. It's 2 degrees here in Minnesota, so it's a heat wave.
it is actually cold here in Florida, so don't feel bad, my friend. But our cold compared to y'all's cold is probably not comparable. Hey, love the music though. It makes me want to go to the beach. You shouldn't have done that to me. You,
Hey,
you got me in the mood now to go down by the water, my friend.
I'm shortly after this show, I'm taking 24 hours, me and my family, and we're doing nothing. We're taking 24 hours off. We talked about it earlier this week, taking a Sabbath. So I got my vacation shirt on. I'm going rolling casual with the ball cap and the
So,
island music, and I'm turning my volume down. Sorry, everybody.
off. Would you go to the beach today?
Would I go to the beach today? If I were you, I would.
Yeah, my son's got a baseball game tonight. I want to go to the beach. I should go to the beach. I want to join you in this little 24 hours off, and we did talk about the Sabbath this week, and I do believe in it. Hey, man, listen to this, bro. We got the one and only John Fontana here today, and he's a guy that I'm going to have on as a guest once we fix our system here. John is an awesome, I call him Matt Fontana. He's an awesome young entrepreneur, hustler, hustling freak. He's out of Texas. He's actually from Tampa originally. Matt, you need to move back, bro. Get out of Texas. They'll wreck you. Come back to Florida. We long. But it's good to have him on the show, Mike. He's a great guy. I mean, the guy inspires me. I was his youth pastor way back in the day. He's grown up. He's doing phenomenal things. Just
Very
very
cool.
inspiring. I had a privilege to have a Starbucks with him for a few hours over the holiday break. And that was nice, man. We had a great time, motivated each other, had fun. So, Matt, good to have you on today, my friend. Oh,
Good to
you'll
be
be
back.
back in a week. We're hanging out. We are hanging. Make sure you text me.
Awesome.
This guy fires you up, Mike. I'm not lying. You have 30-minute talk with him. He's another Joe Giletti. Us four together could do dangerous things, man.
We should do some dangerous things. That would be awesome. Be praying for Joe,
Yeah,
by the way. He's got his 99 thing tonight. Joe, you're going to tear it up, bro. We believe in you.
go Joe, go Joe, go Joe.
So,
So I got
Friday.
in a car accident today.
What?
I got in a car accident today.
Oh, yeah.
I was driving. The morning started off great. I woke up at 5:04. Woke up, juiced, did my morning routine, picked up my son, took him to Cracker Barrel, sat by the fire. He beat me in checkers, but bro, he had me dominated, and I pulled a comeback, and it came. I mean, it was an unbelievable comeback. I wish we'd have had it. Should be on ESPN tonight. Is the ultimate checker comeback of the 21st century. Because actually, he says he beat me, but he didn't because our food came and we didn't get to finish the game. But he was one piece ahead of me. He had two kings, three pieces, and I had two kings and two pieces, and I was on the prowl. So he'll tell you later that he beat me, but yeah, even though he was ahead by one when breakfast came, and that's kind of been our rule. Fireplace was on today because it's been a little cold in Florida, so I left, dropped my son off to school, went to Starbucks because I always go to Starbucks because there's one right by my son's school, and I go there to kind of over take a look at my day and just spend 15 minutes, literally 15 minutes thinking. So much so, Mike, that when I walk in Starbucks, they start making my drink because they know what I'm going to order, and that would be what?
Trenta ice green tea unsweet.
Got it down. So I'm a creature of habit. So Trenti ice green tea unsweet. And anyways, so I drank it, wrote out my stuff, just kind of did some thinking. Then I went to the gym to work out, and on my way to the gym, I'm driving down 275, this highway here. And this elderly gentleman just apparently didn't see me and just came over and nailed the side of my truck.
Mm,
And actually, we were on the phone, you
yeah.
know. The guy felt so bad. So now my truck is even more rugged. So what you gonna
Rugged.
do? Thank God I'm alive. Thank God I'm not, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, my neck's hurting a little bit, but I'm not gonna cry neck hurt right now.
I miss my
And then I
rugged
went to
truck.
the
Need
house.
another
What
truck. I said I miss my rugged truck.
Dude, every man needs a rugged truck. You know what I'm saying? Just a good old truck that you can just, you know, it is what it is. I keep my bike in my truck. You know that? I always keep it in there. Me and Caleb's bike. That's how rugged it is. Because you never know when we're going to go on a whim and want to go bike riding. I'm into bike riding. I just thought I should let you know that.
I thought you were going to say, you never know when it's going to break down on the side of the road and you need your bike to get home. That's what I thought you were going
Ah,
to say.
that's right. That's exactly right. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Because it is a Ford, so you never know when it'll break down.
Oh, don't
You know.
start that, man. We'll get these Ford Chevy people going. Truck's a truck, man. It's all good. Hey, um, hey, I'm excited. It's Friday. We're going to be talking about family and relationships today. We've got
Oh,
so
is
many
it
friends
Friday?
here.
It's Friday. Thanks for letting us know. We were all confused what day it was today.
Well, some people will watch this later, see, and so what I'm doing is giving information bits. This is called broadcasting.
I love the
I'll
Roman
send you a
numeral
little.
number 43 in the back, and you're going next level by writing Fuel for Success under the number. But I want more drawings. You pulled out an unbelievable drawing at the Soul Winner show this week. So maybe we can work on some art on the board. Maybe get Danny and John involved. Maybe make it a family affair the night before. Let's all meet at the board. We're all going to draw something unique for the next show.
Maybe.
Let's take a vote. Who wants it? Everybody say aye.
Some of the little girls in the church when they come over, they come over with their folks, they love to draw on my whiteboard. So maybe I'll have them do drawings.
Pacey's letting you off the hook. Pacey's just too nice.
Pacey's nice.
But I'm excited that you're getting a day off, Mike. You deserve it more than any human being that breathes.
Well, it's not so much about deserve; it's a matter of need. I don't want to be depleted. I want to be high level and execute with precision, and I need some rest.
Well, if you guys are going to do a movie night tonight, a family movie night, can I pick it out and not Carol?
Yeah,
That way you guys
absolutely,
don't
sure.
fall asleep. Keep you something exciting and good. Claudio,
Yeah.
get us on point. Sorry, Claudio. You're right. Claudio's right, Mike. Enough horsing around.
Come on,
Focus.
let's get down to
So today's
business.
about family relationships. Let's go right into the questions. What do we got first, my
You know,
friend?
well, you know what? You were just talking about your spending time this morning at Cracker Barrel with your son, and anybody that knows you or follows you on social media, watches this show, knows that every Friday you and Caleb go to the Cracker Barrel and you have breakfast. It's really a tradition, right? And so I was actually wondering, since we're talking about family and relationships, what do you've started that tradition. I know you've got other traditions with him. What's the importance of traditions in a family?
Mike, I believe traditions are vital for every family. I think every married couple needs traditions. I think you need traditions with your siblings. I think you need traditions with your parents. I think you need traditions definitely with your kids because traditions are psychologically and emotionally healthy for our children. It makes them feel so secure and loved. And it's in order for a tradition to become a tradition, it's got to be a tradition. So
Yeah.
being transparent, you know, there's many Friday mornings I'm exhausted, and there's many Friday mornings that maybe it's his mom's turn to take him to school, so I technically could sleep in, but I refuse to break the flow of our tradition. So in those moments, I'm just high level committed to it. Like I literally don't believe we've ever missed a Friday tradition during the school year. Now, sometimes in the summer because we're traveling and whatnot, but we have our summer traditions. So the question was, why are they important? I just think it's good for family. families are not as close as what they used to be. And I think one of the reasons is because they don't have enough traditions. I think we need to build in our families some weekly traditions, some traditions centered around the holidays. Now, again, it's got to be something that you can commit to. It's got to become a tradition. A tradition is a tradition, meaning Christmas is celebrated 80 years from now. Christmas will be celebrated on December 25th. It's become a tradition for it to be celebrated on that day. Get it? So I think that's how sacred we as family, we family people need to develop traditions, commit to them, and then make them sacred. That's my opinion.
That's good.
And
It's
you're
just
right.
about
They are built.
consistency.
Talk about that a minute.
I think that without consistency, there's an uncertainty to it, and I think personally that the expectation and the understanding that it's going to happen, the certainty of something happening is comforting. My daughter actually asked me. She said, Danny, my youngest daughter, said to me before this Christmas, she's like, "We need more Christmas traditions," because she wants
Mm.
that. She feels that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a big thing. I have a tradition now of I write a note in Danny's lunch every day, and I actually got that from you, but it's become a bit of a tradition. And so every day when I pack her lunch in the morning, I write a little note. Sometimes they're weird notes. Sometimes it's just whatever's happening. Sometimes I write her a poem, whatever. And it's something that she looks forward to, something that's consistent in her life, and so it has an impact. And so that's one tradition that we do. Actually, yesterday it's kind of interesting. I got up to make her lunch and realized that I didn't have any uh, hard salami, which I usually make her a hard salami sandwich to go with her lunch with her salad and all the other stuff. And all I had was cheese. And I made her a cheese sandwich, and then I remembered when I was a kid, we used to get this like government cheese, and we used to make cheese sandwiches. So I wrote her a note and told her about when I was a kid, and ate cheese sandwiches. So you can be all right.
I'm gagging over here. The poor girl. Cheese
She
sandwich.
she loved it.
Plain cheese.
It was good cheese. I mean, it was nice provolone.
Yeah, if it's good cheese, it's doable. I'm teasing you. I
It
mean,
wasn't like
obviously, yeah. If it's
Velveeters. But I
or
think
even
part of
like,
it was telling her about when I was a kid, and we used to eat these cheese sandwiches because we got the government cheese, and we would make cheese sandwiches with salad dressing on them, and I must have ate hundreds of those. So
well, Mike, we both are on the same page, and we both believe in writing our kids a note every day. And that's something that even to this day, I asked my son the other day. I was like, "Dude, it's embarrassing pulling a note out of your lunchbox." And he's like, "No, Dad, me and my friends all read them." And he's like, "My friends say, man, I wish my dad would write me a note, you know?" So it actually makes, again, tradition, makes him feel secure. I know Danny, dude, that's going to be, I mean, when she'll be able to save those forever,
yeah,
make scrapbooks out of them. I'm either going to take all of Caleb, because I save all of his notes that I write him. So I'm either going to make a scrapbook out of it one day, which I'm not good at scrapbooking, just letting you know up front.
maybe you should
Um,
outsource that.
or maybe like some kind of like wallpaper. No, something cool. I'll talk to the creative people about that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Danny has the same thing. Her friends gather around her at lunch because they want to read the note. So every once in a while, I throw
Yeah.
something weird in there
You ever
just to.
just do you ever just do like random things?
Yes.
Like I put a picture on Caleb's note of a memory of us. So I'll pull pictures. I type mine. You're better than I am. You write yours. Of course, your daughter's a daughter. My son's a son. So I type his. And I'll always put a picture of he and I four wheeling or jet skiing or at a baseball game or hanging out with Travis and Amber in New York or at a Mission 25. And I always pack like carrots, grapes, banana, apple. There's always like fruits in there, a lot. Poor kid. So I always tell him in the note, P.S., eat your carrots or you're in big trouble, because sometimes he would leave his carrots. So one day I put a picture of this really huge kid that I found off Google. I'm talking the largest kid you could see. And I put that on there and I put in big bold letters, "This is what happens if you don't eat your carrots." He said he and his friends laughed for like 5 minutes about it. So I believe that's another thing we've got to bring back into our homes, Mike, is humor. Too many families are missing the element of laughter and humor and play. We talked about play. I can't remember what day. It might have been Tuesday. But I do believe in laughter. I think that too many parents don't laugh around their kids. I think that we should gut laugh on a regular basis in front of our kids, even about small things, you know, and make more humor into our homes and make more laughter. Because here's what's cool, and I know you guys have this because you guys are always cooking cool things. But your kids' friends, this is how you can tell what your home is like. Your kids' friends should be begging your kids all the time, "Can we please come stay at your house?" If that's not happening, then you probably are pretty boring.
Mhm. Hey, that's that's an interesting word right there. It might hurt. Take it to heart.
It might hurt, but if you're boring, guys, I have no time for you because you're made in the image of God, and one thing God is not is he's not boring. So stop being boring. Have you ever had to hang out with someone that's boring, Mike? They have no
Yes.
creativity,
Yes.
don't laugh, they don't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever felt the pain of that?
You know what I do in that situation? Here's some life advice for you. When you're in that situation, find ways to escalate your sarcasm to the place that nobody else can understand that you're even being sarcastic.
That's nice.
It's
Can you
next
give me an
level.
example? Give me a real
It's
life example. Let's say I'm boring you. Give me a real life example for everybody out there.
well, I would find a way to use sarcasm to get a dig at you without you knowing it, because that would be entertaining to me. Not in a bad way, you know what I'm saying? Just like,
Yeah, without me knowing that you're digging. You would
yes,
enjoy it. Like your brain, I would
yeah,
want you to know I'm digging.
yeah. See, it's a mental exercise. I probably
I
shouldn't
get
share
it.
that.
Well, this is good stuff, Mike. I think talking about traditions, I think talking about laughter in the home and playing more, I think is very healthy. I think we want healthy families at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You want your kids to like weep when they have to move out to go to college or get married. You want them wailing on their bed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You don't want them so excited, think, "Oh my God, I'm finally 17." You know what I mean?
yeah. Carol says our kids are the worst at sarcasm. My son is so
Oh,
sarcastic.
your
It's not even.
son is the worst.
He's so
Your
funny.
son is the worst, but I still love him.
Yeah.
You want to know about your son that cracks me up?
What's that?
Is you know me, Mike. I tell people I love them. I'll tell you, if I go through the drive-through, I'll say love you. I just do it out of, I love you. I mean it. I love people. And sometimes
Sure.
even you we'll be like driving down the road, be like, "Hey man, bro, I love you, man." And you'll be like, yeah. Okay. But John, when I was chatting with John, your son, on the phone, I was like, "Well, John, I love you, buddy." And it gets dead quiet. He's like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
I got to tell a story on my son, and I'm sure he won't mind this. He was going over the holidays. He was going up to see his girlfriend in Moorhead, Minnesota, which is like a 2-hour train ride. So I'm taking him to put him on the train, right? And first time ever. He's going on Amtrak, 2 hours, going off by himself. I'm like, I mean, imagine that, Matt. Imagine taking Caleb to the train station, putting him on a train. We're standing there chatting, waiting for the train. He's got his suitcase, and I'm like, well, I want be careful, John. If you need anything, call me. You got some cash. You all okay? Everything's good. All that. The train comes up. They call for the people, and he's got his suitcase, and he goes, "All right, see ya," and he walks away.
That is so John. That is so John, dude. And you're like, they're like wanting a hug. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
saying?
I love you, Dad. I'm gonna miss you. No, all right, see ya.
Dad, Can't wait to see you, pops. I totally get it, man. That right there makes me laugh. I've heard that story a few times, and it makes me laugh, dude, because that is so John. You got great kids. Y'all got to meet Mike and Carol's kids. I think they'll be coming to Submission 25s
Oh
this
yeah.
year, but
Oh yeah,
they're
for sure.
they're down awesome, awesome, awesome. John and Danny, if you're watching, I'm very proud of you. Great stuff, Mike. What's the next question we're
Hey,
rolling with, my
well,
friend?
you know what? You mentioned your car accident a little while ago, and I was on the phone with you when that happened, and you were so like gracious and kind and friendly to the guy that hit you, and it was clearly his fault. Um, well, let me ask you this question: How do you like balance that being nice and being friendly, yet not letting people walk all over you?
That's a really good question because if you're genuinely a nice person and you're genuinely sincere about treating people right, being kind, this can happen. This can happen to people, to good people. Um, at the end of the day, I think everybody once a year should read the book Boundaries. I need to like do the show in front of
Boundaries.
my books because I'm tired of turning around to find a book. But read the book Boundaries. That'll help you a lot. But let me give you just two or three basic things to do. If it's in your power, because Jesus did say if someone asks you to go a mile, go with them 2 miles. See, the life of excellence is a life of sacrifice. When you serve, you're going to get walked on. That's what humility is all about. But at the same time, and that's tough sometimes for men that are like type A personalities to be gracious in situations where your competitive nature or your type A personality wants to kick in. But I just think at the end of the day, you'll win because at the end of the day, the Bible says if you humble yourself, God will lift you up. So if you get walked on, the Bible talks about unfair treatment, people that despitefully use you. God rewards you. And so when you recognize the kind of blessing that flows into your life, when you, again, pride is so destructive. A lot of that, Mike, the feeling of getting walked on is based out of pride.
Mm.
It's based out of that old selfish nature is trying to come back. Now, having said that, there are times when people walk on you and you have to put your foot down. You have to say no, especially when people are starting to ask things of you that are affecting your health or your family or your purpose. So it all depends, Mike. Cool. You just got to know when enough is enough. And you'll know when enough is enough. But sometimes, Mike, unfortunately, the life of Christianity, you're going to get walked on. And God expects you to take the high road. And I think a lot of us forget to take the high road.
That's good.
That's why some of you still have road rage. So that's my take on it. Do you have any different thoughts by chance?
You know, uh, well, as you know, I'm an extremely patient person, so it's actually kind of hard
Very.
to make me angry or sort of get on my bad side or whatever. I, you know, personally, I err on the side of mercy because I know that the mercy that I give is the mercy that I receive, and I need a lot of it. So I err on the side of mercy, and I say, you know what? If I'm not sure what to do, I'm gonna give mercy. I'm gonna give grace, and allow, even if it seems like I'm being sort of walked on, um, and then learn from um, repetitive behavior, I guess, and sort of, there are people in your life that will tend to use you or walk on you more than others, and you distance yourself from that. If it's going to be a one-time thing, like, the guy with the hit you with the car, right? I mean, that's a situation where the guy's not taking advantage of you. He's, you're just being friendly, you're being kind, you're being all of that. But
Well, he looked so bad, and it was his fault, and he was an elderly gentleman that I'm like, I'm alive, man. It could have been a whole lot worse.
yeah.
So God expects you to stay in a spirit of gratitude no matter what you go through. And it's hard to do that, isn't it? Because we have normal emotional reactions.
Perspective is a powerful thing, and sometimes when we get our um, perspective out of whack, everything seems out of whack. we can
It
start to
really
focus
does.
on the wrong thing because our perspective is wrong. And we try to, try to look at things from an eternal, spiritual perspective, and it brings everything back into alignment and makes it easier to understand sometimes. So,
You know what I like about what you said, Mike, that I really believe at the end of the day, God keeps good records.
yeah,
People are not going to appreciate what you do. They're not going to recognize that you just totally humbled yourself. They may totally mistreat that. I've had that happen as a man, and it's been tough to swallow. But at the end of the day, God rewarded me for that. And also, Mike, going back to Bible principles when it comes to this, is that the Bible says whatever you do all for the glory of God.
right,
So I actually take on the approach that it is impossible for me to be used or to be taken advantage of. Because literally, when I give or do something for somebody, it's for Jesus, my friend. And at the end of the day, if they don't recognize it, if they abuse my kindness, no problem, because Jesus is the one that's going to reward me in the first place.
right. It's good. Hey, quick note to everyone. I think Claudio was asking about the author of the book. What I'll do and what I've done in the past is I'll link up. I'll create a link to Amazon for the books that we mention on the show, and you can actually click on those links and purchase it. And one of the things that we do is we actually set up an affiliate account at Amazon. So if you're going to buy the book anyway, we would really appreciate it if you'd buy it through our link, because then it won't cost you anymore, but we'll get a little bit of the finances to help us buy, better equipment, or to help with the show. So that would definitely be appreciated. Um, are you grabbing the
Oh,
book, Matt? And so know that you can always find the links to those books in the show notes. So
when to say yes, when to say no. And that, my friends, is what it all boils down to. When to say yes and when to say no.
it's good.
Here's the author.
Cloud and Townsend.
Mike, we got 3 minutes left. Any other questions, my friend?
I got plenty of questions. Um, so let me ask you this. Um, sometimes in a relationship you can be taken advantage of, or whatever. Your trust can maybe be broken. Um, what if your trust has been broken? How can you reestablish trust? Let me ask it that way.
Well, Mike, this is why we need to be very careful in our relationships not to break trust
Hmm.
because it is literally almost impossible to regain trust when it's broken. I believe that trust is the most important element of a healthy relationship. I don't believe that a relationship can be healthy without trust. So the day that trust is taken away or it's lost, as a dad, take for example, I'm so cautious not to destroy my son's trust because as long as I have his trust, I have everything. But the question is, how do you overcome it? Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah.
what do
Well,
you
how
do?
can you reestablish trust? Let's put it that way.
Oh, how do you reestablish? Well, look, the first thing you've got to do is it all comes down to forgiveness. I mean, at the end of the day, Mike, a lot of it comes down to forgiveness and can you trust this person again? So there's a lot of people you don't need to give your trust back to. Those that abuse your trust. Now there are people that did it and they truly felt sorry for it and their actions change. And there's a consistency of change there in their actions. But if somebody totally violates your trust and you let them back in and they do it again, then that makes that trust literally only at that point God could fix it because it's so hard to get past it the first time, but then to do it again the second time. This is why, look, man, at the end of the day, the whole things of affairs that's going on in America today is just crazy, man. because it's destroying people. It literally is destroying people. Some people just can't get past it, and that's okay. But how do you, if you're able to? You've got to just make up your mind that even though your trust was broken, that you're not going to become cynical or critical of every single thing that person does. If you make the choice to forgive, then you need to, but that trust has to be, see, I need to go back into like how to rebuild trust once you've broken it, because that's the key. The key is that person taking baby step by baby step, slowly and cautiously, to rebuild that trust. It's going to take time. At the end of the day, trust can only rebuild through time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week. Most likely it could take years, my friend. It depends on the level of the broken trust. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It could literally take years to fix it or to heal it. So I would say to you, and this is something we'll probably go back into next week, Mike, because we're out of time.
Yeah.
But I would say to any of you out there, be careful with the people you love and care about. Just be careful. They're more precious than gold. So as you would cherish gold, as you would protect gold, as you protect your assets as people that have money, you need to be so protective of your relationships that you don't violate that trust at all costs. But Mike, let's go back into this next week, because I think we can visit both sides.
Yeah.
How to heal from it, and then how to help somebody heal whose trust you've broken. Because let's be honest, we've all had our trust broken, and we've all broken someone's trust.
Sure.
And it's not fun. Either side sucks. It just is horrible.
Pretty much.
To have your trust broken is the most horrendous feeling that exists on the planet. But to break someone's trust that you love is probably even worse than having your trust broken.
It's a terrible feeling.
Tough.
Hey, I've got my to-do list done for the next 24 hours. Can you read that?
Can you read it out loud? Pray, read, think, sleep, pray.
Play.
Can you write one more thing down for me? Can you write two more things down?
Sure, what do you got?
Eat,
Oh.
laugh. Can you give me a laugh before we go?
Hang on.
You got my Jamaican music playing back.
Got some Caribbean music going.
You want to know how to make them all laugh? Let's do a little island dance, my friend.
We start dancing, everybody be laughing. Be worse if we sing.
Way to go, Mike. Hey, enjoy your 24 hours off. I'll try to leave you alone. I can't promise, but I'm going to try.
I'm here for you if you need me. Otherwise, we'll be chilling.
Yeah, so instead of calling like 5 times over the next 24 hours like I normally do, I might call maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Sounds like a plan. Love you, my friend.
Love all you guys. Live your life this way with boundaries. You're going to need boundaries if you're going to be happy and successful. You're going to need boundaries with your kids, with your spouse, with your boss. Ready for this? It's going to hurt. But you even need boundaries with your pastor and your church. Some of your marriage is suffering because you don't say no at church. I'm going to leave you with that. I don't want to leave them hanging, right, Mike?
Yeah.
But still attend to Mission 25.
Hey, if you haven't registered for LA and you're planning on going, get on the website and register right now. Don't make me yell at you.
Can you practice yelling, Mike? I've never seen you yell.
I'll yell at you in LA. It'll be good.
Yeah, just go off one day. You went off on me in the car, though, this week in Nashville. Remember when you were driving 40 on the highway? And I was like, dude, I could have gotten there faster in a horse and carriage. You went postal.
I did. I did yell at you.
You went ballistic on me.
All right, we got to go.
It's okay.
People got lives.
Love you.
Love you.
God bless. Enjoy your day.
See you on Monday.